January 28th, 2014, I've come across a interview of Snowden. Very interesting interview. I suggest you have a look at it. I found this on a Reddit post. It's linking to the Daily Motion video. Let's see what I can do about posting it in the description for you. This Snowden thing is fascinating to me. How the government has reacted to this. We have Alexander Clapper, is that his name, who lied to Congress, flat out lied under oath to Congress. I know if I was going to lie to Congress, being in my position, I would likely be put away. But not him. He actually got promoted after doing that. But there's people that consider him a traitor, and I don't understand why. At the end of the day, he saw a potential crime, occurring on a massive scale, affecting the public. The system was abused by people querying the information, not getting warrants, that sort of thing. When they come out in public and said it's not being abused, and it turns out that it is being abused, I believe he's a whistleblower. His intentions were true and honest. There's no evidence to suggest he's spying for another country. Not China, not Russia, or any other country. Yet people seem to be quite happy for him to be killed without trial. Just killed. I wonder why. Are they afraid of losing their job? And it's quite disappointing how someone can obtain this information. Did he steal it? Yeah. What are you going to do? Ask the NSA for these documentation? They're not going to give it to you. They're going to probably kick you out and put you away. This was done in secret. It hasn't caught any terrorists. This is a huge waste of resources. This is a problem. This guy exposed it. And as he said himself, he would come back if he got a fair trial. He's not going to come back. Because what they're charging him for under the Espionage Act will not allow him to get a fair trial. So if he comes back, he'll be put away, and more than likely won't hear from him again. They want to set an example from him, out of him. He's just the messenger. That's all he is. Yet people want to kill him. I would be more concerned about the government, how it creates secret courts to deal with secret activities, to get secret rulings for questionable laws and actions. What happens if the courts come back and say this is actually unconstitutional? Fourth Amendment rights violated, millions of people. What they can do? Just turn it off? Or what about the data that they've collected? They're going to sell that to some company for storage for later? Are they going to spin up a new program? What's to stop them from creating the same program again under a different name? I mean, the guy that lied under Congress was Alexander Clapper, is that his name? Lied under Congress, flat out lied. Or what did he say? He told the most truthful lie, or something along those lines. He lied, got promoted. This is disgusting. Things have to change. And putting Snowden away is not going to stop people from doing this. You get to a point on a moral grounds that you cannot stop from doing the right thing. And in this case, Mr. Snowden got to that point, could not do what he did. And I consider him a very smart hero in a way. He's a whistleblower. He's had good intentions, and there's nothing they can do to him to stop the change that's coming. There's talk of auditing crypto protocols. That's fantastic. It's come out that the NSA has their hands in all little places all over the world and different technologies. And people are now putting that under a microscope. And that's good news for you and me. But what's really concerning to me is how the government is going after him when they've made the wrong decision. I believe they have violated everybody's Fourth Amendment rights. You cannot get a blanket warrant indefinitely for everybody. People may say, well, I'm small and they're not going to look at my stuff. I'm not important. And yeah, it may be true. They may not look at you. But what about the people that they do want to look at? Could be activists. Now they may find that information, and the NSA can't actually legally do anything with that information. But in the communications that they have, it turns out he could be doing drugs, maybe. So they might send that off to the DEA. They may send that off to local police, and they could probably catch him on that. You might say, well, doing drugs is illegal. Well, we're assuming he is doing drugs. It doesn't really matter. The point is they obtained information, sent it off to another department, another agency. They used that information that they could not have obtained any other way and put this guy in prison, or woman. The 5 or 10 years after the fact, you might have a 15 or 20-year-old, 25-year-old. You do stupid things at that age, and they are going to collect everything you do electronically. And it's very possible that some president in the future is not going to be, the glowing hope that they promised. And he could very well make things much worse and use that information if that person decides to run against him at a political level. They could suggest, well, you've done this when you were 25 years old. This is going to be very embarrassing for you. You can either stop doing what you're doing, or you can continue, and we're going to tell you what to do. It may or may not happen, but I think it's very possible. Very possible. And this is why it's important to stop this from happening. You need to support Edward Snowden as much as you can. He could have sent this to the appropriate government channels, these documentations. What do you think might have happened? Well, yeah, you got people in government that are wishing him dead, calling him a traitor. Government is actually trying to charge him with espionage, one of the charges. He would have taken it to the government. They very much would have likely just sat on it and had him taken away for stealing property. Not straight into jail. He doesn't have much of anything. Or take it to a U.S. journalist who has a good reputation. And he fled the country because he knew he would not get a fair trial. And that is what is wrong with this country. He would not have gotten a fair trial. And that's all he wants. If that can be guaranteed, there's a very good chance he'll come back. Would you trust your government? I would. They have way too much resources to bury you because some guy in a position of power like Clapper that can lie to Congress, get away with it, get promoted, sitting in his chair going, I'm an unelected official that has life-changing authority over this person. And it's very likely it's all done under special interests. You know, he may be involved with the contractor that provides security services to the NSA. So he may be getting money through a different channel if he keeps that system going. And this is a massive problem. Edward Snowden did the right thing. Everything he's done has been right. He sat on this information for months, vetting it, making sure that nothing that is going to cripple national security. There's so many problems with collecting this data and having the attitude of, I'm just a small guy, got nothing to hide, I don't care. They're not going to look after me. Holy shit. Yeah. Anyways, that's it for this video. It's quite long. Apologize for that.